One Piece Chapter 1131 Loki and Luffy strike a deal. Luffy and Loki's conversation continues. One thing that fans were absolutely certain would happen in One Piece Chapter 1131 is the continuation of Luffy and Loki's conversation. In the previous chapter of One Piece, Loki and Luffy met for the very first time. For the fans who do not remember, Loki is the accursed prince of Elbaf, and the son of King Harold, who he murdered with his own hands. It was made clear in the story that Loki has been a miscreant ever since he was young, and all his crimes eventually led to him taking the life of his own father in order to gain access to a legendary devil fruit. This devil fruit has been passed down each generation in the royal line of Elbaf, and that is precisely why Loki meant to take this power for himself. At the same time, as Loki did, he was ordered to be crucified. Although the giants couldn't kill him, they had enough of him, and that is why he was then tied up for 6 years in the underworld of Elbaf. One Piece Chapter 1131 went on to elaborate upon these major events to the fans. Loki talked to Luffy and told him that he has been locked up for 6 years and that he wants to be free, just like everyone else. Loki asked Luffy that if he were to free him, he would go on to destroy a single pirate crew of his choosing. Naturally, to Luffy, this isn't of much importance, because he is strong enough to destroy anyone on his own. If Luffy wanted something like that, he would simply do it himself. That is personally why Luffy was not so keen on taking up this offer. Naturally, the strategy was not working for Loki. However, his luck shined when he realized that Luffy is actually connected to Shanks. When all the people in the underworld who knew Loki commented upon Shanks appearing in the underworld of Elbaf recently, Loki realized that Luffy is somehow connected to the red-haired Yonko. Loki tried to provoke Luffy by calling Shanks a chicken pirate, to which he responded by tapping into the power of Gear 4. Naturally, this is where Loki realized that he had a bargaining chip against Luffy. According to Loki, he is going to tell Luffy everything about Shanks and the reason why he was in Elbaf, to begin with, if he frees him. For Luffy, freeing Loki should not be too hard, and all he needs to do is find a key to his shackles and release him. The key is in the Elbaf village. For context, this is the same place where Sanji's group is currently headed, and it is certainly going to be interesting to see whether Luffy takes up on this offer moving forward or not. Sanji's group heads to Elbaf village. While Luffy was busy with Loki in One Piece Chapter 1131, fans got a glimpse of the other members of the Straw Hat Pirates who were already on Elbaf as well. For those who do not remember, this group consists of Sanji, Zoro, Nami, Chopper, and of course, Usopp. At this point in time, it seems that Sanji is the one who's leading the group to Elbaf village. As was seen in One Piece Chapter 1131, this visit to Elbaf village is certainly going to be very interesting. Right now, fans don't know much about where they're heading, and they also did not get much information pertaining to the location they are at. All fans got to see regarding this group was that they were still climbing up the rope bridge and that they would continue doing that until they finally reached the middle level of Elbaf. However, behind them is Road, the navigator of the new giant warrior pirates. Behind Road is Gerd, the doctor of the new giant warrior pirates, and with her is Goldberg, the cook of the new giant warrior pirates. It seems that the Thousand Sunny is also in their possession, which means that they have retrieved this ship from Road's crew. This also means that the new giant warrior pirates are now aware of the Straw Hats being in their country and they want to welcome them properly. One Piece Chapter 1131 also implies that a reunion with the new giant warrior pirates is inevitable in the upcoming chapters, and this reunion is likely to happen in the second level of Elbaf, which is where the Elbaf village exists as well. Fans absolutely cannot wait to see what the village looks like, and how the story is going to be shaped once the Straw Hat Pirates do make it there. The arrival of the Straw Hats on Elbaf. Finally, towards the end of the chapter, fans also got an interesting look at the other half of the Straw Hat Pirates who sailed with the giant warrior pirates. Finally, they have made it to Elbaf, and fans even saw Nico Robin prepare for her meeting with Saul. Brooke gave her a fresh haircut, and much to the delight of the fans, she has now returned to the old hairstyle that she used to sport before the time skip. Now, Robin and Saul's meeting looks like it is about to happen. However, things might not go smoothly for them either. This is simply because Saul seems to have collapsed, as was pointed out towards the end of One Piece Chapter 1131. Although this might look like a surprise to the fans, this could simply be down to exhaustion from reading all the books. He is a scholar after all, and most likely reads quite a bit. Although it was certainly made to look like it was a major event, right now, it is unclear as to whether it truly is one or if it's just Oda taking an opportunity to introduce Saul as someone who reads so much that he simply passes out from exhaustion at times.